Jacksonville. Today, a good one on tap in the AFC South. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you. The second-year man, Cam Little, has the honors. Off we go from the Sunshine State. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by the former first-round pick out of Duke, quarterback Daniel Jones.
And we see Daniel Jones take the field, and a bit of a polarizing player, Mike, not necessarily just in New York, but throughout the league, and there's just so much potential. There is so much talent. You think back to him coming out of college. He's big, he's strong, he can run, he can make every throw. And remember, only a couple years ago, he took this Giants team not only to the playoffs, but got a big road victory against Minnesota. So he's shown he can do it. He needs to bounce back from last year's injury and put together more consistent performances than he has of late. You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
That's Tyler Warren, the tight end. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. They get 20 on the connection. First down, Indianapolis.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. It's second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
So, after two straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Jones to the air again. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Finding room at midfield. Give him 13 on that screenplay. And a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Fake the handoff. Now Jones. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 7. On second down, here's a run with Taylor. Taylor up first down and more. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. They get 22 yards there. That's good for a Colts first down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
On first down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And he's in! Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Spencer Schrader now on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Colts will take a 7-0 lead.
Jaguars nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. Oh, he's got room past the 30. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line. So here come the Jaguars, and Greg, it brings out Trevor Lawrence. Many ups and downs in his first 4 seasons. Now year 5 for the former #1 overall pick out of Clemson.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back.
And he'll take it on in. Ryan Thomas. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jaguars come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Anthony Gould now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready now for their second drive. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. They'll start with Taylor. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. Second down and 12. Working from the gun, it's Jones. Now he'll run. good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
15. And the Colts first down.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are. Early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the first down.
And that one's going to be shut down quickly. A minimal gain.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 7. On play action, it's Jones. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. The former first overall pick in 2022, Trayvon Walker. He's able to force the big loss on the sack, and it sets up 3rd and long.
If you're gonna take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jones. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the 3rd and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
So, on 4th down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Parker Washington is deep for Jacksonville. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Jaguars offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence on the bootleg. This one caught by Patrick. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's carry number 1 for Travis Etienne. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Patrick motioning here. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down.
And the Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The slot man in motion right. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
A loss of 2.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
Little quick pass to the receiver heading right. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. A 19-yard pickup there. First down, Jacksonville.
So the challenge of these jet sweeps, Mike, is they happen so fast. Nowadays in these offenses, there's so much pre-snap motion that you don't know if the receiver's just going in regular motion or are they timing it up with the snap to give him the jet sweep. So when you don't get an early read, you see the leverage and the contain of the defense break down, and these receivers and the way they can run, they get out into space, they are a handful to track down.
Second and a yard.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and a yard. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
Offside, defense. Still second down.
We'll try it one more time, but now a bit closer. It is second and goal. Etienne. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
From back at the 5, here now third and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he'll be forced to throw that one away. Excellent work defensively. It took away all the options, and now it is fourth and goal.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man. It's exactly what they did here, and there's nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Here's Gould on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Colts offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with first and 10. He'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Back at the 20-yard line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Shotgun now for Jones. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Daniel Jones sacked. A loss of 6 yards. And it's third down.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. It's the Jaguars on top. And we'll have more from Jacksonville after this. The Colts with the football to start this second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd and long ahead. Now Jones. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Colts about to kick this one away as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Jaguars offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. On first down, Watts. Now a screen set up for ETN. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Lawrence now on second down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's going to be third down.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Lawrence throwing on fourth down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have a Jags first down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on fourth down.
That's good.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion. Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like you might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He finds his tight end. That's Brenton Strange. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Gain of 7 makes it 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Here's Gould on the return. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Taylor. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Second and 11. Throwing now is Jones. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now, Jones. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Now second down throw for Lawrence. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. Brenton Strange was his intended target, and it'll be third down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He'll find his tight end. It's Strange. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. A big play for Jacksonville. 32 yards.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
ETN now on first and 10. A gain of 11, and it's first and goal.
11 more yards.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. And he's in. Brenton Strange. Touchdown, Jaguars. Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Jaguars add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Little now, following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Here's Gould on the return. Crazy. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. It's Taylor, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
They'll try again here, second and 10. They'll go again here with Taylor. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop for no gain yet again. And now it's third down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play. I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Jags offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Give it to ETN to start this drive. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Lawrence. They'll try to set up the screen here.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now here's Lawrence. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
The Colts offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start in the red zone already. This drive beginning at the 20. Gonna hang on to it here. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's 1st and goal.
Indianapolis.
It's pretty clear why this offense likes to get the ball into the hands of this quarterback, huh, Mike? I mean, he is just so effective in this area, and now he has them set up 1st and goal.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Jones keeping this one. And he will take it in himself. Daniel Jones. Touchdown, Indy. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
The Trader now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Colts are back within 6.
Jaguars 20, Colts 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Bigsby to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Begins with a carry from Etienne. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Back with more from Jacksonville after this timeout. 3rd and 6. Now Lawrence. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They put Strange in motion. 2nd down, Lawrence. This pass is caught by Thomas. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome, so it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
That's to Hunter. He's got it right side. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Colts' 34-yard line.
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here's Lawrence. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9
yards.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
A first down throw for Lawrence. That's complete to Etienne. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. They're 2nd as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
2nd down, they need 3. To throw is Lawrence. defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up first and goal. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
All right, here we go. This is not the end.
Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Jaguars can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision, as this ball comes out to the 35. Jones now on first down. That is caught downfield by Pierce. Halftime coming up. Let's go downstate. And Scott Hansen has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Bigsby to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. The gun, they'll give it to ETN. And he's able to fight through one tackle here and pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Once again, it's ETN. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. It's going to be third. They need one. They'll try and run for the first with ETN. And that'll move the sticks. First down, up to the 4.
A gain of 4 yards. Move those chains. That's good for a Jacksonville. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And the ability to continue to sustain these drives and maintain possession, these third downs are so critical, Mike, because every time an offensive play caller gets a fresh set of downs to work with, there's just more opportunities to continue to try to strike deep and go to score.
That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
17 yards.
He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Up the middle, here's ETN. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
Another Jaguars.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up second down.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
This one caught by Patrick. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal.
For another Jacksonville first down and goal to go.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Oh, the short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
On the draw to get to ETN. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes third and goal.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And this is not going to do the trick. Unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. And it leads to fourth down.
Fourth and goal.
I think it's safe to assume that is not how they envisioned that third down play call going. And now after going backwards, it's going to bring up fourth down.
For the field goal. A 25-yard attempt.
Another one through the upright. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. So after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Ashton Doolin now to return it. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Colts offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Jones. That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
He'll look deep for Pittman. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 59 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. Jones to the air again. That one, working up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
A 36-yard attempt.
Schrader's kick is good. And the Colts will cut into that lead.
26.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. Schrader back on after converting the field goal, and he kicks this one off. On the return, it's Parker Washington. Brian Thomas now, the Jaguars offense getting set for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the 3rd quarter. run. It's ETN. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. They'll run once more with ETN. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Taken down.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. Travis Hunter was the intended target. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
I think the second that ball left his hand, he wanted to pull it immediately back. I mean, he is lucky, Mike. That ball didn't end up going the other way. He almost gifted them a short field and maybe even some points.
On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowler from a year ago, Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Anthony Gould. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. The Colts offense getting set to get back to work. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
2nd down, here's Jones. Into space at the 45. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another 1st down.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Gun, it's Jones. Look at the big man go! And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now, and it's Herbert. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. The cushion is 9 as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. Now a screen set up for Etienne. This one could be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
So these teams trade field goals in the 3rd as we come to the end of the quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This a must-stop for this defense, facing 3rd and long. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
On the return is Gould. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On 1st and 10, here's Jones. That's caught inside by Pittman on the slant.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 4. Working from the gun, it's Jones. He'll take a deep shot for downs. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up 3rd down.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw, and fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
He's going to dial up another deep ball. That is brought in, and he will score. Game on. Alec Pierce, touchdown Colts. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Prater now on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Colts will cut it to a 2-point lead.
26, Colts 24.
So the lead is down to just 2 now in the fourth quarter as they kick it off. Bigsby to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
23-yard line.
Brian Thomas now, and the Jaguars offense getting set for their next possession. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. It's ETN, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Lawrence. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end, and he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Lawrence out quickly to Thomas on the RPO. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down, or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
That's good for a Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And at this stage of the game, every 1st down gets them 1 step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
Lawrence out to Hunter, and he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. That's good for a Jaguar 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to.
And he'll be taken down. They got him. That the 50-yard line.
They really needed that one, didn't they, Mike? I mean, they have to find a way to keep this as a one-possession game. This will at least give them a chance to do so, depending on what happens here on 4th down.
Jaguars ready to punt this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Colts offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And this defense plays it beautifully. They knock him back to the 7.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Jones. He's got a man. That's Josh Downs. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Throwing is Jones on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a 1st down.
Gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Colts.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Taylor gets it out of the pistol. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Second down and 3. They go right back to Taylor. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
A gain of 5. 1st down, Indianapolis.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll run with Herbert. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Throwing, Jones. He'll get that one to Taylor. Complete. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Brings up 3rd down.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Here's Jones. It's complete. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Pass right side to down. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this crowd urging the defense on. It is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. But Jaguars offense make their way out to take over once more. And this game not quite in hand yet. Still, all 3 timeouts left for the defense, so they can't just kneel this one out, but 1 first down will essentially end the game. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Give for ETN, heading right. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their 2nd. Talk things over before 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 10.
This is not the end. Turn it up, fellas. Turn it up.
To throw is Lawrence. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
I understand it's 3rd down and the quarterback's trying to make a play, Mike, but if you're going to make a dangerous throw on 3rd down, you're going to force the ball into tight coverage, at least do it past the sticks. Try to pick up that 1st down and maintain possession. He tries to thread the needle. Ball falls incomplete, and now it brings up 4th down.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Colts offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Jones operating out of the pistol. That one over the middle to the tight end. He's got 1. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
18 on the play.
18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a 1st down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
And And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now in that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Getting hard to hear in here. The noise very loud from the crowd. 3rd and 3. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. The Colts will signal for their 3rd and final timeout, and they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big 1st down. Now a play fake. Jones. He'll look deep for Pittman. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Again, they'll throw with Jones. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Potentially very big call here. So shout to Duval here in Duval County, Florida. It is a win for the Jaguars. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Jaguars are the winners here at home as we say, so long from Jacksonville.